Sophia never believed in love at first sight, until it happened to her between the silent aisles of an old city library. Surrounded by the scent of old books and the soft rustle of turning pages, she found more than just stories. She found him. A quiet boy with kind eyes and a smile that made her heart skip. She came looking for a book, but destiny had other plans. Sometimes, the most beautiful love stories begin in the most unexpected places, like a library on an ordinary day. Sophia had just moved to a new town. She loved books more than anything, so the first place she wanted to visit was the city library. It was a big building with tall shelves full of books. The air smelled like paper and ink, and everything was so quiet. Sophia smiled because she finally found a place that felt like home. She started walking through the aisles, looking for her favorite novel. While turning a corner, she wasn't paying attention and bumped into someone. A pile of books almost fell from his hands. "Oh, I'm so sorry," Sophia said quickly. The boy looked at her and gave a small smile. "It's okay," he replied in a calm voice. He was tall, with messy brown hair and soft eyes that made her heart beat faster for a second. Sophia felt shy and walked away, but as she picked up a book from the shelf, she saw him again. He was putting books back in order. He worked there. For some reason, she couldn't stop looking at him. Sophia didn't know it yet, but this was the moment everything was about to change. Sophia started coming to the library every day after school. She told herself it was because she loved reading, but deep down, she knew there was another reason. The boy she bumped into, the one who worked there, was always around. She learned his name from his name tag, Ethan. He didn't talk much to people, but he was always polite and helpful. Whenever someone needed a book, he quietly showed them where to find it. Sophia often sat at the same table near the big window. She loved the sunlight coming through the glass, and from there, she could sometimes see Ethan arranging books on the shelves. One day, while Sophia was reading, she looked up and found Ethan looking at her. For a moment, their eyes met. Sophia quickly looked down, her face turning red. But something strange happened. She felt happy inside. Neither of them said a word, but every day, they noticed each other more and more. It was like a silent friendship growing between them. One sunny afternoon, Sophia went to the library earlier than usual. There was a book she had been searching for, a rare novel she really wanted to read. She walked quickly to the fiction section, hoping it was still there. Just as she reached for the book on the top shelf, another hand touched it at the same time. Sophia looked up and saw Ethan standing there. Their hands brushed against each other, and both of them froze for a second. "Oh, you wanted this too?" Sophia asked softly, feeling her cheeks turn pink. Ethan smiled a little. "Yeah, it's one of my favorites," he replied. Sophia didn't know what to do. Should she let him take it? But then Ethan said something that surprised her. "Maybe we can read it together," he suggested. Sophia blinked. Read it together? No one had ever asked her that before. She nodded slowly, a small smile appearing on her face. They walked to the big wooden table near the window and sat down with the book between them. For the first time, Sophia felt like this library was no longer quiet. It was full of something new, something exciting. After that day, Sophia and Ethan started reading together more often. Every time she came to the library, he was there, waiting with a smile. They would sit near the window, sharing books, stories, and laughter in whispers so they wouldn't disturb others. One afternoon, Ethan said, "Do you want to take a break and get some coffee?" Sophia was surprised. Coffee? Inside the library? Ethan chuckled. "There's a small cafe at the back. Not many people know about it." Sophia agreed, and they walked together to the cozy little cafe hidden in the corner of the library. It smelled like fresh coffee and warm bread. They sat across from each other with 2 steaming cups. As they talked, Sophia learned something new about Ethan. He loved writing stories, and his dream was to become an author one day. His eyes lit up when he spoke about his favorite books and the characters he created. Sophia listened quietly, her heart beating faster. She had never met someone who loved books as much as she did. She realized she wanted to know everything about him. His dreams, his fears, his world. That day, something changed between them. They were no longer strangers who loved books. They were 2 people who understood each other. One Saturday, Sophia came to the library with her best friend Mia. She wanted to show Mia the place she loved so much. As soon as they entered, Sophia saw Ethan at the counter. He smiled when he saw her, and she felt happy. "This is the library you keep talking about?" Mia teased, whispering in Sophia's ear. "Or is it the boy you keep looking at?" Sophia's cheeks turned red. "Show Mia," she said quickly. They went to the reading area, and soon Ethan walked over to greet them. "Hi," he said politely. Mia smiled and gave Sophia a knowing look. Just then, another boy came in. A tall guy with a playful grin. He walked straight to Ethan and gave him a friendly hug. "Sophia, this is Oliver," Ethan said. "He's my cousin." Oliver looked at Sophia and smiled. "Nice to meet you," he said, and then added with a wink, "You must be the girl Ethan keeps talking about." Sophia felt her heart race, and before she could answer, Ethan spoke quickly. "Oliver, stop." His voice was firm, and he looked a little annoyed. Mia laughed softly. "Oh, this is interesting," she whispered to Sophia. For the rest of the time, Oliver kept joking around with Sophia, and Ethan stayed quiet, but his eyes told a different story. He didn't like it. For the first time, Sophia saw him act a little jealous, and deep down it made her smile. One evening, Sophia stayed in the library longer than usual. She was reading a book by the big window when suddenly, she heard the sound of heavy rain outside. The sky had turned dark, and the rain was falling hard, making soft tapping sounds on the glass. Sophia checked her phone and sighed. She didn't bring an umbrella. "Great," she whispered to herself. Just then, Ethan walked over. "You're still here?" he asked, smiling gently. Sophia nodded. "Yeah, but I guess I can't leave now. I'll get soaked." Ethan looked outside and then back at her. "Don't worry. You can wait here until it stops," he said kindly. So they sat together at the window, watching the rain pour down. The library was almost empty, and the only sound was the rain and the soft ticking of the old clock on the wall. Sophia felt a strange calmness. She looked at Ethan. His face looked peaceful in the dim light. "Do you like the rain?" she asked. "I love it," Ethan said. "It feels honest." They shared stories about childhood memories, favorite books, and dreams they never told anyone. Sophia laughed at his jokes, and Ethan smiled every time she did. After a while, Ethan slowly reached out and held her hand. Sophia's heart skipped a beat. She looked at him, and he looked back with soft eyes. Neither of them said a word, but that moment said everything. After some time, the rain slowed down. The streets outside were wet and shining under the streetlights. Sophia stood near the door with Ethan, holding the umbrella he had given her. "Thank you for staying with me," she said softly. Ethan smiled. "I didn't mind. It was nice." His voice was warm, and his eyes looked deeper than ever before. Sophia felt her heart beating fast. She didn't want this moment to end. "I'll walk you home," Ethan said. They walked slowly under the umbrella, close to each other, the sound of raindrops all around. Neither of them talked much. They didn't need to. When they reached Sophia's house, she turned to him. "Thank you, Ethan," she whispered. Ethan smiled and then said in a quiet voice, "See you tomorrow?" Sophia felt her lips curve into a smile. "Yes," she replied. As she went inside, she looked back and saw him standing there, smiling at her. At that moment, Sophia knew something for sure. This was not just friendship anymore. This was the beginning of something beautiful. And the library would always be their special place.